Hey, Inebri-ites. This is your fearless podcast host, Andy. It is the day after our hometown Haunts and Hops horror convention, and my voice is about 50% power and my brain's at about 30% power. But what a great time we had. And we recorded the two panels that we were on. So we are, this one, we're there with Leonora Scelfo from, she was known as the bitchy cheerleader in Scream. She was an absolute delight. She was so much fun to hang out with. Just really livened up the event. Really fun podcast, or panel, both, I guess. This one's actually co-hosted by my buddy Mike Walsh over there at America's Hometown Horror Podcast. He sat in on the panel since they helped us put on the event. And we're really looking forward to next year's event. But if you can just excuse my lack of energy right now. I'm kind of on fumes. But I'm going to go get some rest while you guys listen to this podcast and have fun, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Can I take this off?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Can I hold it?
If you want to.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Now we're on Broadway.
So, Leonora.
Hi, Andy.
Welcome to Plymouth.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
So, I kind of made you a quiz. Is that cool?
Oh, my gosh. Are you serious?
Yeah, seriously.
I'm so scared.
Okay, no. So...
Is it about horror movies? Because you're going to be shit out a lot.
No, okay. I'm not that well prepared. Okay. So there has been this...
Hi, everybody, by the way.
Hello, yeah.
Hello, world.
There's been kind of like this constant back and forth about how to pronounce your last name.
Okay, I'd like to hear you try.
Scelfo?
I can't believe you got it right.
Did I get that right?
Do you know
that was not the first try.
happening?
That was not the first try.
Do you know why we know that? It's because that you've been promoting us so well on social media, and we saw you say your last name on a video. That's why we knew it.
So
we certainly appreciate that.
It was very sweet. But then you posted the other day being like, oh my God, there's this town in Massachusetts called Sandwich.
Yes,
and their police car says Sandwich Police.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the next town over.
It was the Instagram post randomly that I saw, and I had no idea it was like actually close by. So but I was trying to be funny, and I thought it was funny.
It was funny. But then I'm like, hey, you have a weird, hard to pronounce last name. Let's have you pronounce some towns of Massachusetts.
Okay, I think that sounds very
I did
fun.
kind of tell you about this.
With the Worcestershire accent?
All right.
Okay.
Right there. How do you pronounce that town?
Okay. Lay your sister.
Leicester.
Okay.
All right. I've seen those videos.
Leicester.
Leicester.
Okay, that doesn't look at all like this. I like lay your sister.
All right, try this one.
It's a family friendly. Okay. Leo Minster.
Pretty close.
What is
Mike?
it?
Lemonster.
Lemons?
No.
Lemonster.
Mike. It's Massachusetts. It's Lemonster.
Lemonster. Yeah, Lemonster.
All right. That one's easy.
No, it's not.
That one's not.
Tingsboro.
Nice.
She got it.
There we go. Nice. I love it.
We love it. Absolutely.
All right. Good job. You got one. That's way more than most people.
Thank you.
What do you think of our town so far?
I love it.
Yeah?
If I could find a husband here, I would move here. There are no normal men anywhere, but I would actually live here. And aren't you married? Several times?
No,
that's
one time.
That's not the word on the street, Andy.
Listen, one time.
One time.
I mean, hold on, wait. Can we look at this man for a second? I need to fit in right now. Look at this. Look at this stud right here with the shades on inside. I feel like I have to put
shades
these on.
over the glasses.
Shades over the glasses inside.
Noticing I didn't.
It's more.
But I've actually
that's laziness.
done that move before.
Yeah, it's because I lose my sunglasses constantly.
Me too.
Constantly.
And then the transitionals they're pretty expensive.
Yeah, right.
And if you lose them, which I have.
This is like my 7th pair of sunglasses this year.
Yes.
So it's like, whatever, I don't care.
But anyway,
so
I love New England. I lived in upstate New York City, but this is totally my kind of thing. I woke up early this morning to go look at Plymouth Rock.
Yeah, we were talking about this on the drive over here. So what do you think of the Rock?
I thought what everybody thought.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
It's a rock.
They're like, oh, is that it?
But I also did my little research. I understand that people like nicked the Rock and they had to change it 3 or 4 times. And then I asked these sweet old ladies with their dogs, is that really Mayflower? And I know it's been redone, but it's still so beautiful. But I don't know what to say. Like, it's not the real Rock.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah, okay, give it to me. Oh, thank you.
It may or may not be the real Rock. So the real story.
Oh, I love this.
And by the real story is how it was told to me.
So we're playing a game of telephone.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So
I also have a horror film idea for Plymouth Rock, but anyways, go on.
Oh, there's a whole Eli Roth thing attached.
Based around Plymouth Rock, just the Rock itself.
I think this is like a great place for a horror.
They were trying to film
and
a horror movie here.
And I would like a part. Thank you.
Yo, absolutely.
Right.
I feel like you're shooing at this point, but
I've done
they are
3 horror films this year.
They are releasing the first ever Plymouth set horror film in a couple weeks.
No, because it's just a spooky place.
Right? Yeah.
You guys,
a lot of history.
And not only that, but like the haunted New England stuff.
Your hotel is right up against Burial Hill, where there's a lost mass grave.
What does that mean?
Like there's a giant pile of bodies under the ground and no one knows where it is.
And it means that your hotel is haunted.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's like right next to your hotel. I didn't tell you that
that's
before.
that's the thing. Yep.
My bad. I'm sorry. Sorry. And there was a body snatcher.
Andy.
There's a whole thing.
Listen, if it's my time and I get murdered and killed, just please have them cover it very well with the news. Get a lot of sympathy for me and make sure that my mother is very loved by the nation. That's it.
You're such a celebrity. You're like, I just want my time,
we can manage
my
that.
15 minutes, even if I'm dead.
But I'm just saying, like, how can you go in the world, like, and be afraid, which is how I go through the world, of being killed.
What I will tell you is where the after party is tonight.
It's right next to the hotel.
It's supposed to be haunted.
Well, who's going to walk me there and walk me home?
I mean, I got you back.
Okay,
I'll show you like the
because
upstairs vault. That's
Shades over here is going to walk you there and back.
Shades. Listen.
And if he can get a date out of it, right?
Whatever.
But no, okay, so do you believe in that kind of thing?
No, not at all.
I don't believe you.
No, not at all.
Really?
100%. I don't believe in ghosts.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever knew that about you.
I know, right?
Yeah, that
ran a horror convention.
What's that?
You're banging on the table, man.
But how can you not think that like a lot of people have said they've seen ghosts, they've heard things, and you just like none of that registers for you?
No, it all registers in like different ways.
Do you see how I switched the interview around?
I know. Let's talk about me. I'm so great.
Do you guys believe in that stuff? Because I totally do. I really do. I buy into all of it. I believe there's evil. I believe there's ghosts. I believe there's people that have a hard time crossing over.
So
I don't believe in like hell with fire, but I believe hell is other people.
Let me make this a little like actual interview.
I'll be good now.
Do you feel that being in a horror movie put you in a position where you might go to hell more?
Baby, if I'm going to hell, everybody else better go there too, because we're going to be having a good time.
It's going to be a good time.
But I'm too much of a mommy's girl. Like, I do believe in a higher power.
Okay.
But I don't know what it is beyond.
Yeah.
So I'm open to everything, but I'm also respectful of other people's views. But the truth of the matter is nobody really knows what happens. But if you have a deep belief, I got real serious with this.
No, that's I was kind of trying to like rein
my
the
whole
conversation
thing
back
is
a little
like,
bit.
yeah, like if I'm going to hell, then hell's probably going to be a really good place because I'm a nice person. So if I'm going to hell, other people,
all right,
like,
so other cool people will be there.
I think so.
I mean, what do you think is more fun objectively, heaven or hell?
It's
got to be hell, right?
So
I'm going to go to hell regardless of where you're going.
why are you going to hell and I don't get to go to hell?
Because I'm not a good
honestly, Is anyone going to listen to this? Because I'm going to say something very bad.
Go ahead. We can edit it out.
Who wants to go to heaven? It doesn't look any fun.
That's what I was just saying.
And none of the good rock stars are there. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
The music alone.
The good writers are all messed up. Yeah. All the creative people are damaged.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
I'm sorry.
So,
I know you're very creative.
It's fine. No, it's I'm
admitted to
very
being very
damaged.
damaged.
This is a cry for help, Andy. Are you okay?
My name is Andy.
All right, I'll be good. You guys interview.
Mike, have some real questions.
Some real questions.
Mike is the organized one and has questions.
I mean, I
It
would
doesn't
hesitate.
seem that organized to me.
I would hesitate to call
Far better
myself
than-
or hey, listen, I was pretty organized.
He
Getting-
brought me a
getting you up here
lobster
today.
roll. Like,
No, that was
that's Tony.
That was
Yeah,
Tony.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was Tony.
Well, whoever
Yeah.
brought it to me, it smelled like the actual sea. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like,
Because it's like right there.
and now I'm mad that I told you I had to leave right away. I would have loved to have spent Sunday here, but oh well.
So
Next time. It's
Sorry.
so cute.
yeah, I mean, I guess I would hesitate to call myself organized, but I mean, obviously, people know you for being in Scream, right?
Yes. And also, yeah, and also, Do You Want to Know a Secret is another.
Yes.
Big one.
Yep, I knew that one as well. But obviously, I mean,
Power
you-
98 without Eric Roberts. You guys should catch that one. He spits on me.
Eric Roberts spits on you.
Yeah, he does. I
I
play
gotta
his
check that
girlfriend.
out. He's a good actor. I like him a lot. But I mean,
I've
I
actually
guess
done a lot of TV too. Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'll go through my list.
You were in Curb.
Yes,
didn't
I
know
played Jennifer
that.
Aniston.
I've never.
Oh, that's really
Wait,
cool.
What?
Yeah, and
You play Jennifer Aniston?
in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
never seen that show,
David
so-
Schwimmer had a cameo, and so I played Jennifer Aniston because all the friends were like in a hotel room and they wouldn't let David in, and so that was like this. Anyways, the point is I've done a lot. I've done a lot of other stuff,
Oh,
but
I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't mean
Scream
to.
is-
I didn't mean to
yeah, it's very
imply that.
offensive.
I was just going to say, but you must get asked this all the time because I mean, Scream became such a phenomenon. I guess I would just ask you, what was it like working with
Cheers,
Wes
Doug.
Craven?
Okay.
Cheers to you.
Okay.
And also,
Wes.
like when you
Cheers.
were working on that film,
I have a
cheers
lot to
all
say
you.
about Wes.
Did you get a vibe when you were on set that it was going to become the hit that it was, or did you feel like it was just like you were there and it was going to be a movie? Like what was it like being
So
there?
funny you ask that because a lot of people ask that as an actor. Hell no, you never know what's gonna. I
Yeah.
mean, unless you're in a George Lucas movie, but
Well, I mean, Wes
with-
Craven, big name at that time.
and
you
you're
know,
not
like-
wrong. You're
Yeah.
not wrong. But to have everybody into it 26 years later, no, nobody could have imagined.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Like-
the bartender downstairs, like, that movie was 26 years ago. And my immediate response was, fuck you.
I know.
I'm
Well,
like,
actually,
really? Oh, that hurts.
it
a
does
lot.
hurt. It
Yeah.
does. But Wes, I auditioned. A lot of people know I was with Skeet, but we already lived together way before Scream, and people think that he got me the part or whatever. That's not how it went down. I got a call from Lisa Beach, the casting director. I went and auditioned. I got a call back. I went and read for Wes, but I wasn't reading for the cheerleader role. I was reading for Nev's role, Sydney. Wes Craven invited me over to his house. No kind of Harvey Weinstein stuff. He's a total
Good to know, good
and
to
he,
know.
he said to me, he goes, Leonora, I just want you to know that I wanted you for the Nev part, but you're not famous enough, and Miramax won't do it. So I'm giving you the cheerleading
That's
part.
so crazy
I never even
that-
auditioned for the cheerleading part. So, and then
Wow.
after that, I got sick of acting and just kind of didn't want to do it anymore. I did it for my mom and my grandmother are famous actors, and I just thought that was the law. But yeah, Wes wanted me to play the Nev part, but I just wasn't famous enough. She was in Party of Five at the time, so.
It's so
Wes
weird.
is amazing. Such a great director. That scene that I did that people like, the reason why it turned out so good is because he said to me, Leonora, I want you to do that monologue over and over again until you feel like you nailed it and I won't cut. And so I did it 3 times, and then the crew clapped when I did all that.
Yep.
That was just stuff I made up the 3rd time because Wes Craven gave me the freedom. He's like, do whatever you want. I'm not going to cut. Just keep going. And that's why it turned out to be the way it was. If he only let me do it once or gave me very specific direction, I wouldn't have been able to do all that. That was,
Right.
And then after that, I don't even remember everything I did. People would come up to me, you did this, you did that, because I was in the moment because of Wes. Wes let me just do my thing.
Is that kind of your
And
preferred,
he's very known for that.
is that like your preferred way to work to kind of, or
I don't like being told what to do. Yeah. But I do like some direction, but it is nice to have a little bit of freedom. Yes, I like some specific direction. But I'm not going to lie, the last 3 horror films that I've done, I've rewritten every scene I was in, because I'm also a writer and a director. So, but I don't do it because they're not good. I do it because I know what's going to sound more natural or work better. So, like, for example, I just did a movie in Florida 2 weeks ago called The Inn, and it was really missing something. It was just a cameo. It was me and this guy and all these dead bodies, like a Terrifier type of thing. And it just didn't have what it needed for, like, So I said to the director, can we do a little improv? And so he said, yeah. And then I was allowed to do my little improv. Whether or not they use it, I don't know. Pretty sure they will. But it ended up being me improving, and it just... Sometimes it works better when you can just be left to your own. Now, if you're doing a movie like Citizen Kane or a David Mamet thing, you need to stick to the dialogue.
Right.
Yeah.
I was saying,
this isn't that. So.
Do you find that like most directors that you've worked with in your experience have been open to that sort of thing? Or is it
Hell
rare?
no.
Yeah. So I figured that
Hell
might have been
to the
case.
mother effing no. Usually it's the least talented people that aren't. I did this horror. Do you want to know a secret? And the director was.
Was
you're
what asking me a question, or was that the movie?
That's a movie.
All right.
The director was whatever it was, but yeah, no. The most talented people. My mother and I always talk about this. The most talented people in the world are the most humble. They're the ones at craft service. They're not bothering anyone. They're not asking for anything, and it just. It seems to me that the more talented you are, the more open you are to brainstorming. Because any creative person knows you cannot do it alone. You have to brainstorm. You have to build confidence. You have to do that if you want the best from everyone. And that's what Wes did.
That's literally my favorite part of the creative process. I was just saying this earlier today. Someone said something to me like, "Oh, I don't want to like overstep my bounds." I'm like, no. Like, to me, if you say something, even if I don't like what you say, I can kind of go,
yeah.
"Oh, wait, no, that triggers this idea."
Exactly.
And like those ideas, I think are the best ones. Because
Nailed it. And I was
so much fun.
I was a theater director for a long time, and the kids, that was my number one thing. We're having a brainstorming session. There is no judgment. We're throwing things against the wall, and if it sticks, it doesn't. And you just brainstorm every weird idea, everything. And that's when you get something.
Do you
freedom to do
so
that?
I'm going to ask you this. So he doesn't like to be pointed out, but to our left is my producer and business partner.
Hello.
partner
Don't want to be
Fish.
pointed
Everybody
out.
look at Fish.
Hi.
And we will.
I actually don't like to be pointed out either.
But we will frequently turn to each other and be like, "I'm going to say this, and I know it's a bad idea, but I just need it out of my head so I can then move on to the next thing." Do you ever get that point where you just have to say that thing?
Quit the preface of that. I'm going to say that and just say it. And yes, I totally get that. But you guys are close enough where he doesn't even need to say that.
I just yell at him constantly.
It's brainstorming.
Yeah.
Because once you have the freedom to say a stupid idea, and say any idea really, because of, it's almost like sex. It's because of that freedom and no inhibitions and not judging. That's when you get other ideas.
Right.
So
yeah,
if I
it
tell
almost
you,
like empties that part of your brain where you can like come up with something new.
I want to
Yeah.
come to this this convention, but I want to drive
we're
here in the
full.
Ghostbuster
Sorry,
drive.
we're
And you're
busy.
like,
Sorry.
what a weirdo. Why do you want to do the Ghostbuster or whatever? If you judged me right away for my first idea, I'm not having any more ideas. You have just shut me down and closed me off. So.
I love that. Do we have any questions from anyone here? We do have a microphone up there, or you can just yell them out. Anyone have-
Either works.
Don't leave me
Either works.
hanging.
Yeah. Oh my god, I feel like I just put everyone on the spot.
Oh, that's okay. Well, if
you did.
anyone comes up to
I
anything,
did.
just
I
raise
did.
their hand. That works too.
Well, do you have what? Any other questions? Most people want to know.
Of course, like I just wanted to make sure everyone had a shot.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
I know.
Yeah.
So when you
he
go
has a
ahead. Yeah.
question.
Oh wait, we got one.
Hey, all right, there we go, Mike.
Was there ever any discussion about the cheerleader getting killed in Scream, or were you always just gonna escape getting murdered?
I know it's hard to believe because the fact that I've done 3 horror movies this year, like the horror genre is not always known for writing or scripts. It's mostly like action or whatever. But Kevin Williams' script was very well thought out and very thoughtful. And he actually sold the movie Scream, that was originally called Scary Movie, to Miramax based on the bathroom scene. That's how he sold it. So it was super important for him that I follow the exact dialogue because it was so well written. What was the question again?
Well, let me rephrase that. Do you prefer to have a death scene?
Well, I have been killed before, and no, I don't care. But I know I know I'm going to be in another Scream because I'm a legacy character that wasn't killed off in the fans, and it's eventual. If Wes was alive, it would have already happened. But
I would say they're gonna keep making Scream movies. I bet you get a call because those movies.
It happens. I know this is going to sound weird, but I get Scream people. I don't even know why, but every single day people write me about Scream. It's almost weird from all over the world. Like
it's an incredibly passionate fan base. I mean, I can say so. Like
it's so passionate.
When we knew that you were coming to this event, I feel like we had so much interaction with people that just love Scream, and people tagging us and stuff, saying that you were coming to this. So it really is like a rabid fan base.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I mean, I think it's great. I mean, and my wife, one of the biggest fans of Scream that I know, she absolutely loves the movie, and it's I mean, I hope to see you come back in one of the sequels because
it's definitely going to happen. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and so I'm open to all of it.
Awesome. Everyone's looking at
What
me.
was
I don't
the-
have a question.
what-
I think he originally
What was
asked.
the rest of the question?
Yeah, you initially asked if there was ever consideration for your character to be killed.
To be killed.
Right?
Yeah.
No. Right. Because the way that the script was written was to perfection. So it wasn't, Kevin Williamson, it was not a script to be, I'm sure there were many rewrites and things and evolutions of it, but that type of thing wasn't considered.
Let me.
So-
we have a question in the back.
Well, if you were on time, you would have heard.
Oh, snap. The question was, did you nail it in one take?
Shots fired.
Just messing with you.
Fight.
And here he is being so bold to have the courage to ask me a question, and here I am slamming him.
That's fine.
First of all, I love you. Very
Welcome
handsome,
to
good-looking
Massachusetts.
man. Thank you for the question, but Wes Craven let me do it as many times as I wanted until I felt comfortable or until he was happy, and that was the third take. Yeah. I'm just messing with you.
How long were you on set when you filmed the
Well,
scene?
Skeet and I lived together at the time, so I was there the whole month and a half
That's
of the
awesome.
shoot. But my actual work day was a day. It's one scene.
So I feel like one of the
But
things.
I was there for everything because Skeet and I lived together at the time. So
That's so
and
cool.
David was my little boyfriend in 7th grade, and Courtney and I were good friends, and Rose was awesome. There wasn't a bad apple in the bunch, which is very weird to say because in this day and age, I feel like there's a lot of divas, but that was like a perfect. And I was there for the whole thing, so it was a perfect what you would imagine. Everyone got along. Everyone was cool. I wish I had one bad story to tell about it. Because I do have bad stories, just not about Scream.
That's so cool to hear because I was going to say I feel like when you think about Scream, you think about the cast and like how deep it is and how it was like a lot of up and coming actors and actresses at the time, and it's just
But it's a testament to Wes. Like he casts so well.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. I don't even think you have to argue. Scream is one of the seminal movies of the '90s. It's one that people remember the most. It's fantastic.
Well,
so
I was looking at you guys' friends' documentary,
Spooktacular.
Spectacular.
I am so stoked about that. Like, I'm very stoked. I watched the preview. I sent it to my mom, and just learning about the origins of horror and conventions is very cool.
Yeah.
And there was this very big switch in the dynamic of the way that horror movies related to people and how we related with Halloween. They became much more gruesome. This is from the documentary, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I'm very interested to see all that. But yes, Scream was the big thing in the 90s. And it's also been told to have rejuvenated horror films or maybe set a different tone. And that's why the bathroom scene was so important to Kevin Williamson and Wes, because it set a tone of like a bitchiness and like a high school. That's why that scene was important.
Oh, for sure.
So let me ask
Maybe you can tell me why you think that movie did so well.
So
Anybody.
I mean,
Like, why is it so
Well,
different? It seemed to have made a huge
what-
mark.
well, you can go. I can take it after if you want.
So what I want to say is,
Both have a turn.
you said that you're a writer. How did the experience on that film affect your writing?
Well, I'm not a paid writer, so that would be. Well, I did write.
But I mean,
a
you
book.
still it still affects your creativity and how you work.
That's a
Like,
good question, but at that age, I hadn't started writing yet.
But you don't like think back to that time and
And then what was the question again?
like how did your experience on Scream affect your writing? Do you kind of think about your experience while you're writing?
It's a really good question. No one's asked me that.
Oh yeah.
I think it's too deep of a
Wait, wait, wait.
question. I don't even know if I'm
Sorry.
that deep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'm smart enough to answer that.
Okay. Sorry.
Just kidding. I don't know how to answer that. It's a really good question.
All
It's
right.
just I've never thought about it. I need a couple minutes. Can we come back to it?
We can get yeah.
What if you want to think about it, I can answer your question. So
Well, okay. I'll put it to you this way. I have been rewarded for my acting abilities. I only wrote one book. I haven't gotten as much. The book is really good, but I don't know actually if I'm a good writer. I know I'm a good actor. So I don't know if it.
But I don't think creative people do things because they think they're good.
No, we
I
definitely
think it's
don't.
because
Because
you
you
have to
have
do
to.
it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not about am I good? It's like I have this thing and I
It's just
have
a
to
good
get
question.
it
I
out.
never thought about it, so I don't have an answer. That's the honest
Sorry.
answer.
All right.
Next question.
Next.
so to go back to what you were asking
I don't feel
before,
qualified enough to talk about
I didn't
writing.
even ask
It's
something
probably
so deep. I'm sorry.
It isn't that deep. I'm just giving you a hard time
All right.
because I'm buying time because I don't know how to answer it.
Okay.
And
Sorry. We can edit that out.
I don't even really know what the question is.
Cut. We'll edit that out.
I think maybe one of the reasons that Scream
Yes.
resonated with people so
Okay,
much,
Yeah.
for me at least, it was one of the first
Are
self-aware
we boring
horror
you?
movies.
No. My job is to
Getting
stay
called
on.
out.
My job is to stay on track, man.
I saw that in a
Sorry,
movie.
sorry,
I saw a girl do that to a guy in a movie. I thought it was funny.
It's fine. It's fine.
See,
Whatever.
she laughed. See?
I'll just leave.
All right, so go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I just feel like Scream is a movie that is self-aware of
Yes.
the horror genre, and
Yes.
it takes that very, almost literally. I mean, there's an entire scene with Matthew Lillard talking about the rules, which became iconic. So I think that that's why that resonated with people so much. For me personally, it kind of took what was, a slasher movie to a different level. And obviously, Wes Craven's behind it. but I
Oh,
think
so it
that
was like more human, like it could actually happen? Is
Well,
that
I think the fact that
like more
because there's
real?
a lot of movies now, a lot of horror movies nowadays
Supernatural?
that take that like know that the characters know they're in a horror movie, and I feel like Scream was one of those movies that actually did that first. For me, I think that was one of the things that stuck with
That's
me.
really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, of course.
Do you feel like you watch movies now and be like, yeah, we did that already?
No, because
Next.
I'm not that type of person, and honestly, I know that no one wants to hear this, but horror films are not my thing. It's not my genre. I like psychological thrillers. I like Silence of the Lambs, that type of thing more, or The Shining, or Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Although, When a Stranger Calls messed my shit up for a long time. Did you guys see that?
That's a
I
really
don't
scary
think I
movie.
Have you checked the children?
Oh, you never seen?
And
When a
they're
Stranger Calls?
actually in the house with the
Yeah.
children. That's enough for me.
You've heard the urban legend, though. The calls are coming from inside the house.
No,
Get out.
that
Yeah,
is-
that's When a Stranger
Yeah.
You
Calls.
haven't seen
Yeah.
that?
I don't think so.
What? What?
Might have. I don't.
I
I've seen
just
a lot
made
of
your
things.
night or tomorrow. You need to watch it. Are you?
Still a few days left to
Tomorrow
Halloween,
I am
Andy.
Sleeping.
I'm assuming you're a horror film person.
I love. I'm a
What
nerd.
is your thing?
I'm a nerd of all genres. I love.
That's
horror.
not an answer. We
No.
need a favorite.
So if I had to pick my favorite type of horror movies, it's like the horror movies that tried their absolute best and failed. Not like Birdemic, not like Sharknado, like
Sharknado.
The 1950s just bad horror.
Birds? Birds?
The
Alfred
Birds is pretty
Hitchcock?
good.
Psycho?
Like The Brain That Wouldn't Die.
Okay, so those.
Just
kind.
like really bad, good horror.
He's like
like-
very avant-garde and cool.
No, I just like it's weird. I like creative people who really try and fail. That's terrible. That's so bad to say.
If you'd like, I have a lot of people's numbers I can give you.
Be like, my friend's a loser. Here's his number. Call him. No, but it's just something about it that
Do you get like really stoned?
Sometimes, but it's there's just something
So I
about
don't know
like
how you sit through
yeah,
that.
but there's just something about like I think the last horror is more sci-fi was Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity. It is yes, yeah, it was so bad.
Was
and
Raquel
great
Welch
all the
in it,
time.
like that type of thing?
No. There's no one in that movie.
So
that you've
he
ever
likes
heard of.
stuff that is like
just-
really cool.
Kind of bad. Well, no, it's just bad in a great way. That's I don't
I
know.
like it. I'm here
like
for
that.
it. I want to watch one of them.
All right, those MST.
Send me your favorite bad
Oh,
one.
excuse
So
me. I
bad
have to
it's
do
good.
like a producer thing. Mike, fill in.
Okay, sure thing. Look at this. Big time in us, Leonora. How about that, huh?
It's all right.
It's
I
all good.
understand.
It's all good. He's had a busy day. We've had a busy
I actually
week.
don't get offended by people that have to work, unlike my ex-boyfriend. He didn't want me to work.
What? So I know we were talking earlier today. Doing cons is something that you started doing recently, right?
Very recently.
So
yes.
what's your experience been like? So I know you said you're not a big horror movie fan. Have since you started doing them, has it kind of opened you up a little bit? I'm sure the community as a whole have probably been pretty good and pretty friendly to you.
Okay.
Very willing to hang out and say hello.
Well, that part is great.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time. I just shared a car ride with. Do you guys know who Eileen Dietz is, or Dietz from Exorcist?
Oh yeah, okay.
She
Yep.
played.
Yep.
Okay, Linda Blair was too young to do all the swear words and the devil stuff, so she played the devil part. Anyway,
The voice, right?
the voice.
Yeah.
Well, no, she was the devil, Linda Blair.
Okay.
it was
okay.
actually.
So like the actual. Okay, gotcha.
Right. So I've met some of like the best people ever, and the horror film conventions are the most fun, and the people are so cool. But no, it does not make me want to watch horror.
Okay. Fair enough.
But it's. I think you guys have a little bit of a misunderstanding. Like I've seen Friday the 13th, I've seen Halloween. I'm a normal person, but the rush that it seems to give a lot of the horror fans to watch like Freddy Krueger or Resident Evil or whatever, for me, I won't sleep. Like I don't know how you guys sleep. Like I will go around and look under the bed. I'm one of those people that, but I've also seen, all of the weird do you guys like Silence of the Lambs? Is that considered horror?
I would.
It's not horror,
consider that
but
to be horror.
so it just has to have a little bit more of a brain for me. Like I just need a little bit more, just a touch,
So yeah, I would
just
say
to keep me interested.
Silence of the Lambs. You could arguably say the first horror movie to ever be nominated for the Best Picture.
But
at the
nobody
Academy
talks
Awards.
about it.
I feel like it's an iconic movie, but it's a little bit. Oh, Jaws. Actually, sorry. Yep, Jaws too.
Well,
That
Jaws.
that would count.
I just did Chiller with Richard Dreyfuss, and if you can believe it, the woman on the poster, the woman swimming on the poster, she wasn't even in the movie, and she does conventions and makes a shit ton of money. She signs the poster. It's like Jaws is definitely iconic.
Oh my God.
Like
Yeah.
beyond.
So
Like even I went up to Richard Dreyfuss. I didn't ask for an autograph, and he was like borderline like. I was sitting right next to him, signing autographs. I'm like, "Hey, Richard, it's me." He's like, and he's not a nice person, but I think everyone knows like he's Richard Dreyfuss.
yeah, Rich. I mean,
He's amazing.
Hooper and Jaws. Yeah, I mean, and obviously Jaws.
But thank you for saying that because
Yeah.
Jaws is, for me, I don't know about all of you, that's the reason I couldn't swim in the ocean.
Oh, I mean-
And I grew up in Malibu.
The first time I saw Jaws, I was very, very young, and I had a pool party the next day, and I was afraid to go in the pool when I was a kid. So it's had a lasting effect on me, and I feel like being here in New England, the fact that it was filmed here, I feel like it just is such.
Was it filmed here?
It was filmed on
I did
Martha's
not
Vineyard.
know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yep.
how far is Martha's Vineyard from here?
So it's an island. You can take a ferry across from Cape Cod and,
Right,
and get
right.
out there and basically
Find me a husband. I'm ready to move. I'm just kidding. I just got a
Yeah.
relationship. I need a break.
Well, yeah, but
Big
Jaws,
break.
Jaws, obviously, huge thing.
Yeah, Jaws
over
is
here.
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But I mean,
So-
some people would argue that that's not a
But-
horror film. I think those people are crazy.
I know,
personally,
but so that's my point. It's like with horror, like I get like The Ring and name some other horror movies.
So well, let me ask you this: What do you think?
Terrifier. Like,
Oh yeah.
that is something I know the people that do, but it would really be hard for me because of all the blood. Have you guys seen Terrifier? And what did you think?
I thought it was sickening.
Be honest, exactly.
It's
So
gross. They're gross movies. For
yeah,
Sure.
so if that's what we're doing here, then I can't do it. But if we're gonna do some psychological, like, because there are sociopaths, there are killers. I've seen all the Halloweens. I've seen most of the Friday the 13th. But I was dating somebody named Jason, and I have 2 brothers named Jason, so it became a conflict of interest. My mom's been married a few times. And the husbands she married both had sons named Jason. Anyway,
I dig
how
it.
are we doing on time?
Good. We're doing good. We still
Okay.
got a little bit of time, right? Yeah, we're good. So like, okay, you were talking about Silence of the Lambs. Like, what do you think makes that not a horror movie to you and a psychological thriller? Because I think that is unequivocally a horror movie.
But, okay, so what... I... Do you want my honest answer?
Sure.
A lot of the horror movies are very low budget, not like well
On a grand
when I
scale,
say
yeah.
well written, I don't mean like bad writing, but like maybe the characters aren't as driven or well thought out. For me, Silence of the Lambs is a very well thought out psychological thriller where all the characters are fully developed. You understand where they're coming from. Jodie Foster was the police thing, and we understand her trajectory. Sometimes with horror movies, I just feel like it's a lot of like blood, splatter, you know.
Yep, no,
and you
I feel
don't
you.
get emotion. I guess what it is, it's not character driven. You don't get emotionally attached to the characters. With a horror movie, it's just right off the bat, and that has its place.
Sure.
It just doesn't interest me.
So you need character development in your.
I need it. I
Absolutely.
need emotional care. I need to feel something for the characters, not just meet them right away in a cabin and all of a sudden they're being killed. Yes, it's fun for adrenaline, but if I'm going to get into something, I want to like sink into it. And that's why Silence of the Lambs, it's like, who doesn't sink into like the Anthony
Oh yeah, Anthony
Does that-
Kopp.
maybe
he's
I'm
fantastic
just speaking
in that,
out of my ass. I don't know.
yeah. No, I don't think so. I understand what you're saying.
I just need a minute to get into the characters so that I feel something, so that I can feel sad when they get fucking murdered. I'm not going to feel bad for you if I'm on screen right away. I've known you for 1 second and you get killed. Oh, well, I don't know. I didn't know her. Does that make more sense?
Absolutely. I think it makes total sense.
I think that's probably the best answer ever given in the world.
I love it. I mean, I think you're right. I think you're right
Do
for
you
sure.
get what I'm saying?
I get what you're
I
saying.
just need a minute.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that's
okay.
fine. No, that's hey, take your time. I was going to say so.
And
Obviously,
I think true horror fans, sorry to interrupt, that love the genre, they want to see the blood right away. And I honor that. I do. It's just not my thing.
that's
All right,
fine.
Go on.
Yeah, I mean, I love to see good practical and special effects. That's always good. But I was going to ask you. So I know that you're only in town for a limited amount of
I'm
time.
so sad.
I know. I wish you were hanging out longer.
I said it was, yeah.
Is there anything that you're looking
Promoting?
forward to doing with the rest of your time in Plymouth, or anything that you were wanted to do while you're here, or that you're?
I mean, I'm leaving at 4 a.m.
I know
to
you're
get to
taking
the
off early.
airport,
That's
but I'm
an early
super
flight.
stoked to go to the after party and see
Yep.
the band.
Sorry, Bayside High. Sorry. Yep. Sorry. Absolutely.
Bayside
It's been a long
High.
day, folks. No offense to Bayside
But
High.
I've actually listened to their music, and I already posted a selfie. Bayside High is really, they're very
Yeah,
cute.
because they've been hanging out next to you all day downstairs,
And
right?
they
Yeah.
have, and it's like less than a block from my hotel, so I can stumble over and stumble back.
Which,
So
by the way,
I
all you
wish I
guys
was
can attend
staying
as well.
longer. I wish I was staying longer. I absolutely love where you guys live. It's just great. It's such a good vibe.
Well, I think that was definitely one of the reasons that Andy and I wanted to, kind of work together and put this event together along with Fish and
And
everybody
this
else
is
at
your
Inebri-art,
first
and
one,
this is
and
the first
congrat-
one. We appreciate you being here. And,
Only going to get better from
hey,
here.
Plymouth is awesome. It deserves an awesome horror convention like
It does.
like this, and we certainly appreciate you being a part of it.
Thank you.
Here he is, the man of the hour. So
hello.
we'll see you at the after party then, of course. I'm excited for that. That'll be
Yes,
fun. Yep.
definitely.
New World Tavern's a good place.
So you were in Scream. That's awesome. Tell me more about that. Sorry,
Yes, I
everyone. I got
was.
called away.
Are you guys into Chucky too? Are you guys Chucky people? Because I just was with Christina Lee's, the Chucky girl.
Oh, nice.
I don't know much about Chucky. Why do you like Chucky? What is the whole Chucky thing?
One of the first movies that like really scared the hell out of me when I was
Oh, okay.
Yeah, people.
And
don't like
what's your
dolls.
favorite scary movie? And I know that's a passe word, but seriously, what do you like? Because I've been staring at her wondering.
I like Mike Flanagan's stuff right now.
Okay, so what movie is that?
He did Haunting of Hill House, Follow the House of Usher.
Oh, the
I
ones
haven't
on
seen
the
that yet.
the
I've heard really good things.
Fall
the
the
House of Usher,
Usher is
on Netflix.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
All right.
It's
I can do it.
great. And he
that's
did
cool.
Doctor Sleep too. That's one of my favorites. Pretty tough to pull off a sequel to The Shining.
But
and I
if
think he did
they
that pretty
do
well.
a spooktacular TV series, I've already put my hat in the ring.
I heard about that. Yes,
I'll
I
play
heard
anything.
about
I'll
that.
play the old lady. I'll play the horror. I'll play the bitch. I'll play the not trophy wife so much. That's kind of boring.
Well,
I'll play anything.
I'm
ready to
All right,
go.
so Leonora's not going to be my trophy wife, I guess.
No.
Whatever. It's fine.
Well, it's just like, is that interesting? And do I even look like a
I need
trophy,
a trophy
wife?
wife.
No, I do not.
But I want to say thank you, Leonora.
Thank you for having
This
me.
was so
Yeah,
much
thank
fun.
you so much.
It was.
And thank you, everyone, for coming to check out this out.
Yeah, appreciate everybody being here.
And don't forget.
Am I excused?
You're excused. You may go now.
And I don't have to go to detention?
No.
No
But I
judge.
wanted to go to detention.
So we're going to be resetting in
Detention's not that bad. You get to sit in a quiet room. What?
and draw, right? Like, that's my thing. Yeah.
Breakfast Club.
But thank you
other
guys so
hot-
much for everybody. And
Yeah,
make sure you
appreciate
check out the
everybody.
other
Thank you
stuff.
so much.
Yeah.
See you again in a little bit.
I
Thank you, buddy.
forgot.
See you downstairs, virtual. I got you. I got you.
Have fun with your next person.
All right.
And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/Inebri-art to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at inebriart.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at Inebri-art or at Inebri-art6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebri-art, and all the other shows on the Inebri-art Network, which you can find at inebriart.com. So thanks again for listening.